October 2015. A secure phone rings inside CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. CIA Director John Brennan's private number lights up. Hesitant, he answers. At the other side, a voice asks,
Hello, John Brennan?
then snarls.
You're a fucking loser!
Brennan's face stiffens. This isn't a prank by his grandson. It's one of the most powerful men on Earth, head of the CIA, being cussed out in surprisingly good English. How the hell did you get this? He demands. The caller laughs, saying it was so easy, bro. Before hanging up, they add, we want $5 trillion. Just kidding. We already own you. Brennan freezes. The line goes dead. But the paranoia? Just beginning. Who made that call, and how the hell did they get that number? The CIA chief sits on hold, heart pounding. The line has been crossed. 4,000 miles away, a kid sits at his laptop, still laughing. He's not finished. Not even close. Meet 15-year-old Kane Gamble, Colville, UK. Population 33,000, coal pits and quiet cul-de-sac, far from any CIA outpost. Kane lives in a typical British brick house with his family, but behind closed doors he's a different person. He calls himself Kraka, leader of Krakas with Attitude, or CWA, a rebellious group of online troublemakers. Kane's got no black turtleneck or code book. He's just a kid with a big mouth and some Google savvy. By day he goes to school like any teen, but in late 2015 his nights are full of outraged typing. He's angry about US foreign policy, wars in the Middle East, Gaza, drone strikes. To him, the CIA and FBI aren't heroes, they're villains. In forums and chat rooms, he rants about corruption, the erosion of privacy, and the plight of Palestine. It sounds extreme, but he's earnest. Why should billion-dollar agencies lie and spy when a kid like me can challenge them? His mother probably had no idea he even knew who John Brennan was. To her, he's just Kane in his room, often a bit stoned, hacking around on his laptop. Kane found other like-minded young rebels online. They formed CWA through Discord chats and unsecured forums, sharing hacks, pranks, and dreams of exposing the truth. Some were in the US, like a guy called Default, some in the UK. Together, they had no money, no special tech, just anger, curiosity, and the belief that their voice was louder than anyone expected. But what happens when that anger finds a target? Okay, who's first on our list? Kane and his crew huddle, on Skype of course, around a map of the intelligence community. Names tumble out. James Clapper, Obama's intelligence chief. Avril Haines, a senior advisor. Jay Johnson, Homeland Security. They're testing the waters, not yet ready to bite the lion's tail. One night they target James Clapper. It's low-hanging fruit. Clapper, like many older officials, accidentally posted some personal info online. They find his home phone and address via a simple Google search. Basically, he doxed himself, Kane jokes. Sure enough, a quick social engineer move gives them Clapper's landline details. Kane calls Clapper's house and reroutes the home phone line to the Free Palestine movement. Now every call rings through a decibel fest. Default tweets his respect to this hack. The kid community is buzzing. Kane thinks, this is too easy. But it's not just trolling. His voice shakes slightly when he boasts, they talk so much shit. Buoyed by this success, CWA ups the ante. They breach a secret FBI database called LEAP, Law Enforcement Enterprise Portal, and grab some local criminal records. It's illegal, but thrilling. 1 minute a bored teenager, next minute a ghost in FBI systems. They upload some files online with sneering messages. Now law enforcement agencies in the US begin to whisper, who are these kids? Meanwhile in London, Edward Snowden's words echo. What does it tell you that one phone call could roast an entire intelligence community? The team laughs, but as they escalate, CWA's posts catch law enforcement's eye. At the top of their hit list is a crown jewel, John Brennan, the CIA director. This is Operation Leviathan for the CWA, taking on the CIA's leader. Brennan had forwarded emails from his White House work account to his AOL account, thinking it safe. But Kraka's team just needs one thing, the keys to that account. Kane's approach? No viruses, no brute force. He uses social engineering, pure persuasion. First, CWA does a phone number reverse lookup. Brennan's listed as a Verizon mobile customer. Brilliant. Kane dials Verizon tech support. He pretends to be a tech colleague saying, "We have a customer on site, tools down." The rep is confused but wants to help. The challenge: Verizon demands an employee V code. Without thinking, Kane makes up a convincing 6-digit code on the spot. It works, the rep buys it. Suddenly, Verizon coughs up secrets. Brennan's account number, 4-digit PIN, backup phone number, home address, AOL email on file, and even the last 4 digits of his credit card. Kane's grin widens. He now has virtually everything needed. Next, AOL customer support. Kane calls, acting panicked. "I'm locked out of my AOL account." He answers the security questions with the stolen info. Card digits, phone numbers, even Brennan's mother's maiden name, obtained via public record. The AOL rep resets the password. Just like that, Kraka holds the CIA director's email in his hands. He logs in, eyes widening. Hundreds of emails appear. Many are old, some forwardings from the CIA, but the treasures are attachments. He downloads lists of senior intelligence officials with phone numbers and social security numbers, a Senate letter about torture, and more. One is a 47-page SF-86 security form, Brennan's detailed personal profile, including incriminating data. Kane can't believe it. He stares at the inbox. For a beat, nothing moves. Then, he clicks. It's beyond anything he imagined. The power surges in his bedroom. He messages default, "Dude, I'm in. I got Brennan's email. We have full access." Default's webcam flares green with envy. Dozens of eyes widen across the Atlantic. A 16-year-old just outsmarted the CIA's best defenses. And what do you do when the CIA director is now just a contact in your phone? Now in control of Brennan's account, Kane's mission changes from infiltration to exploitation. The first thing he does is harvest John Brennan's personal cell number and that of his family. He shares this gold mine with the rest of CWA. Now, any one of them could dial Brennan or his family at will. No one is safe. Meanwhile, they also take the opportunity to leak. On Twitter, CWA's anonymous accounts, AFFAX for example, light up. They post screenshots, a portion of the attachment with Avril Haines' name, a page listing White House guests. They drop links to a WikiLeaks page, under construction maybe, that supposedly contains the whole stash. With every tweet, the group taunts, "ICIA set your game up, homies. We own everything. Free Palestine. Miam CWA." At home, Kane smirks as he listens to the truck hit the road with the CIA's secrets. His teenage grin is illuminated by the screen's pale glow. One member even goes live on Twitch briefly, without showing face, playing the confession of how they got in. It's all public bravado. Now comes the harassment phase. They start spam calling Brennan's family. Kane reports via video chat, "I called Mrs. Brennan while she was on the phone with AOL support. She nearly screamed." Another shares a creepy screenshot of his computer. CWA somehow plugged into Jay Johnson's smart TV to display a message on his living room screen. "I own you." Susan Johnson, Homeland Security boss's wife, gets a voicemail. "Hi, Spooky, am I scaring you?" They even managed to reroute calls to Jay Johnson's house, taunting, "Hey Jay, got a minute? We're chilling in your network." John Brennan? He's gone dark. Extra security details, closed meetings, everything classified, all courtesy of an overconfident teen. But it's not enough for Kraka. On October 16th, laughing at his Discord mic, Kane challenges the world. "I just got the CIA's number. They tried to retake their AOL. We took it again, 3 times. John was like, 'How much do you want?' I was like, 'Just free Palestine.'" The group howls at the memory. Word cracks out in the US. A major newspaper sniffs scandal. CIA director's email hacked, secrets leaked. Social media goes crazy. FBI and CIA sit up, but all evidence is on Twitter and hidden web pages, posted by faceless kids. The US believes it's an international ring using social engineering. If these kids can breach the CIA, what's stopping the next one? Two fronts now. CWA feels invincible. U.S. agencies scramble. The FBI's Eastern District is furious. They issue a rare press release. Hackers used social engineering to break into senior officials' accounts, they say. Harassing phone calls, leaked secrets. Sound ominous. They label it cyber terrorism. One headline even calls these guys stoner high schoolers, but no one's laughing. By September 2016, FBI nets 2 Americans, Boggs and Default, key CWA associates. They face charges in Alexandria court. The news leaks, hinting at more members across the Atlantic. In Leicester, the atmosphere changes. Broadband usage spikes as banks of servers get turned over, and for the first time, crackles of an investigation flicker. Back home, Kane barely notices. He's still giggling at memes. The thrill party isn't over yet. The kids even aim higher now. Networks of the Department of Justice and FBI's own law enforcement enterprise portal, LEAP, were poked. Imagine the secret files of FBI agents possibly in the hands of, well, strangers. Security analysts scramble for clues. With all this uproar, government officials assume hardened pro-hackers did it. Meanwhile, the teens grow more daring. Kane live streams again, voice only, boasting, "We got the spy chief's social security number on his voicemail." Ignoring any filters, he cackles about how email rules all. Inside U.S. agencies, nightmares start. We followed the money, cut off accounts, changed passwords, but they just keep coming back. Soon, British authorities knock. But just days earlier, Kane's house is still calm. He's up playing late. The group pushes the final caps. Could they sabotage an entire security apparatus? The chessboard is set, but who will make the next move? 9th February 2026, early morning, cold and quiet. In Leicester, police arrive at a nondescript home on an ordinary street. Inside, Kane is in a hoodie, half asleep at the keyboard. As officers announce themselves, Cybercrime Unit, something snaps out of Kane. He's arrested on suspicion of hacking U.S. officials. Seized laptops, phones, even the soda can, Coke Zero he was too busy drinking. In his hazy, stoned realization, one thought, game over. The empire of CWA stands still. For the first time, Kraka is exactly where he never thought he'd end up. Caught. But not all the story ends here. Across the ocean, the FBI already nabs 2 of his American buddies that very year. The dominoes fall quietly. CWA's broad campaign stops. At trial, prosecutors pile on the term cyber terrorism, talking about families terrorized and secrets spilled. In court, Kane is somber. They'll call it justice. But he still insists he meant no personal harm. He was just a kid trying to make a point, he says. Naively, he admits, from my bedroom. The judge locks him in a youth detention center for 2 years. The world breathes a sigh of relief. Yet the finale is not as neat as the FBI hopes. Other pieces of CWA remain unknown, untaken, or were they? How many teenagers might watch this and wonder, could that be me? The CIA tightened procedures, but can they ever fully outsmart someone who just needs a phone line? As bail set, one thing's clear. A powerful symbol just flipped. A teen hacker was arrested, yes. But didn't he already win? In the end, the human element proved the weakest link. All the firewalls, all the encryption in the world, none of it mattered when one confident teenager picked up the phone. This wasn't the work of a nation-state. It was an ordinary kid using charm and open-source data against the most guarded secrets. Ego, youth, and outrage took down layers of secure systems. The takeaway? Even the highest walls can fall to a simple voice and a bit of social smarts. He knew war zones, global threats, but not the one in a British bedroom. The great illusion cracked open. In cyberspace, control is a myth. In the quiet aftermath, we're left wondering who's really in charge and who might be watching, ready to make the next move. The game isn't over. If you thought this story was wild, wait until you hear how the dark web market that sold your identity got busted. That story is right here.